Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So this is going to be a quick one about how I think I've kind of found my mojo back for the Orcs basically after making this Spore Boy for the Cromlech challenge. And I'll put a link into those little videos of this guy down below. But yeah, so in the past I've kind of collected Orcs, just crazy ones. Like these ones are ones that have bits from Foxbox games. But pretty simple color scheme, and they are basically evil sons, but they have a few mechs and everything. I have kind of a larger collection that I have shown off in the past, some of my conversions, especially my war bosses and that in my older videos, but I'll dig out some of my older ones. And basically they're all this kind of color scheme, nothing too crazy, pretty standard painting, and a lot of them have been kind of destroyed with dip because I went a bit crazy with dip and should have took it a bit handier, but I've learned my lesson, right? So I kind of want to restart and start a new mob or start a new army in a way, but take it pretty handy and just do it purely for the modeling. And so yeah, I've done some crazy ones like this. This is a Storm Boy. He's pretty much finished. Yeah, no, he still needs some highlights and stuff like that, and obviously his teeth and that. But yeah, this guy was a while. He's pretty old. You'll see my anatomy here is a bit crazy with his legs bent. But yeah, so he's a Storm Boy with his helicopter rotors. Okay, that one must be broken as well. Look, these are pretty old and obviously are half finished, but that's the idea, right? They're kind of standard orcs. So, but I want to incorporate my kit bashing, or I would say toy bashing, whatever you want to call it, into it as well. And what better way of doing it than, Squigs and Squiggoths and different squiggly beasts, right? So this one is one that I made a good while ago that is just green stuff, and he has a different kind of style and kind of overly textured in my opinion, but that was the basic idea, and I've kind of refound my love for them in a way after uh, the potential is there, I think, is what I'm saying, that I could do some cool squiggly beast monsters and war machines combined with a different kind of style and look. I'm thinking potentially color schemes close to, like the Avatar movie, whereas the orcs would be like the avatars or whatever they're called. I can't remember, the big cat kind of blue guys, and use kind of a turquoisey color skin, so it's more a hint of a bluey green, and very bright vibrant colors for the squiggly beasts and this kind of stuff, and giving you the opportunity to obviously use toys. And I have a lot of ideas for it, so it's a potential, but this is kind of the first one I went crazy with in a way. This was a Triceratops, so it's a decapitated Triceratops, which I think is a pretty sweet punk band name. But yeah, this guy, the texture is there, and I've kind of built up his face. When I made him first, I showed my wife, and she said he looks a bit like Thanos, so that's why he's got more teeth here and some little horns down here as well. And building up the scales kind of to blend in the epoxy sculpt with the toy texture, as well as just a little bit on his feet there, and trying to fix up some of the mold lines. They're a bit crap, but like obviously it's a toy and it probably won't be noticed, but pretty happy with the look. When I made him first, he kind of looked like an orc. His face was very orky, so I think I've changed that enough. But that was a lot of fun, and he's not finished yet, but I'm looking forward to making some kind of situation on its back here, a platform which could be either used for, it could be a truck, I suppose, it's that kind of size, or it could be a gun platform that maybe I'll switch in and out. And obviously it's not legal, as in it's not GW bits, but I think I'm gonna have too much fun making all these weird squiggly beasts. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not too bothered. Like you'll see here in the background, I'm just going to tilt this up. I've got a few different files here. So this is just stuff from obviously Google search, all these crazy different squigs and conversions people have done. You see one there, that I think that was on Reddit. That was from Half a Dinosaur as well. That one's done really well, and the little bit of plastic hard work armor on the leg is class, and I think that's kind of what I'm aiming for, as well as there's potential for artillery of a squig beast there to the bottom left, so, and flying ones as well to the right. That could be pretty crazy, so there's a lot of potential there. Ooh, pop this back down. Yeah, so it's going in a different direction than the evil sons, but I think it kind of suits, right? So then I've kind of had a bit of fun with Epoxy Sculpt here. If this is going to focus for me, I'm shaking a little bit for some reason, but yeah, this is just Epoxy Sculpt and a paper clip, and having a little bit of fun making my own crazy ones after doing a bit of research and that kind of thing. They're a lot of fun to sculpt, and you know, some of the older ones are, the lore for them is crazy, and how they all eat like orc poop, and then they kind of grow bigger, and then the orcs eat them, and then it's just crazy. They have a squig for everything as well. Like they have hair squigs, which I am thinking the potential of as well for potential like what would you call it? I suppose they're kind of savage orcs, or they'd be snake bites basically, but that they would be maybe use like counts as rules in a way that, you know, you could have squig jumpers, or what they call squig hoppers, basically orcs riding these squigs, and they would count as either storm boys, or you could have bigger tougher ones or armor, they could be bikes, this kind of thing. So there's going to be a lot more work in constructing them, and I will have to buy some more kits. Like I might have to get some savage orc boys from Age of Sigmar and bits and bobs there. I know they're not called orcs, but you know what I mean, bits and bobs like that, and combine them with my old kits. Maybe buy a few new ones, but at the moment I'm trying to hold off on doing that because I've got enough projects on the go, as you can imagine. But that's the idea, and I'm getting a lot of inspiration rolling, you know what I mean, with this kind of guy. And kind of want to get it off the ground and get some paint on this and the little squigs here. But that's kind of one of my other plans. Many different projects, but yeah, getting back into the orcs is pretty cool. Like I said, the Cromlech Spore Boy guy kind of did that for me, as well as the 4 Orkmen of the Orkpocalypse, or 4 Horsemen of the Orkpocalypse, or 4 War Bosses, that's what it is, of the Orkpocalypse podcast that you should check out as well. That's the guys, who's it? DM Hobbygate is 6 plus Sivo. It's Scarnier, and it is Dreadwall Gaming as well. So you check those guys out. But yeah, they've kind of got me back into it. And obviously Mork and Gork, my boy, my main man, with his crazy orcs as well. So that's kind of it. That's kind of where I am with this at the moment, guys. Mess around with snake bites. Yeah, we'll call them snake bites for now, and we'll go from there. Maybe I'll come up with my own lore. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you think it's a good idea, if it's kind of a waste of time potentially, you know, making a GW legal army in a way that doesn't use GW bits. It's kind of pointless. Or should I just kind of go for it because it's going to be a fun hobby, adventure, or another project, we'll say. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.